All right, everyone. It's been a whole year since we've uploaded. A lot has changed. As you can see behind me, the house is looking pretty good. Um, I would say we're probably 99.5% done, and maybe that 0.5% is going to take a lot longer, but we can go inside and talk about it. I'll kind of walk you guys through it. Um, a lot has changed since the last video, so let's go inside and check it out. So as you can see, it's been painted. You know, all these corbels, all the front corbels, side corbels, everything was. I made all these from the Douglas fir beams that we had left over from when we framed the main room, the vaulted ceiling in the main room. So when we go in there, you'll see those beams. But these are all made by myself with a router template, and this Heppel White Ivory is the name of the color, and then the accents are called Stuart Gold. So you can see like this gable end up here is something that I routed out with just a giant template that I made, and I painted it. So, and I made the gingerbread trim, and we put these corbels up. So the only things that I didn't make on this porch are these two end corbels. We actually found those from a guy who was selling them. But besides that, everything was made by myself, and we'll go up in the porch. All of the lights on the porch are GE 1920s gas station lights that I restored. I had to refinish all of them, or reglazing them. I welded up the mounts and everything because I only found the wavy parts. But it turned out really nice. You guys have seen the porch before. It's a nice big porch. It's 12 feet wide, so it's a lot of room for entertaining. But let's go inside. So this is the inside. Let me close the doors here. Yeah, this is the inside. So we chose to do a dark color on the wainscoting. The wainscoting color is this thing called Pacific Sea Teal we found. It's a really nice color. And then above it is another color called Cardroom Green. All the fans throughout the house are Hunter oil bath fans, so those are pretty cool. Some of them, like the ones in my office, and the one above our living room here, are very old. Those are from like 1915. Hunter originals from 1915, and they're still working, and they work really well. But this is the kitchen. So as you can see, this is it's almost done. We have marble counters. I made this fixture. These are sconces that we purchased from France, and I just did a copper, and I soldered up everything and made this fixture. Cabinets are cool. They're dark. We chose a dark color. They are alder, and then we chose to put these Eastlake handles on them, the brass handles, which are pretty cool. 30-inch stove, 36-inch stove, sorry. Then I did this tile. This is like a beveled marble tile. I did it for the backsplash. We also did this in my master bath, which we'll talk about, and then also in my shower. So I put that all, did all that, and I did a dark grout on it, which I think looks pretty cool. This is our sink and stuff. I think you guys have seen this before, but I don't know if I can't remember if the last video was fully installed, but yeah, really cool double wide sink. This is from 1930. It's super heavy. I mean, it's like 3/8 or almost not. Yeah, it's probably 3/8 of an inch thick of cast iron, so it's really cool. But yeah, we have our laundry room through here. There's not much to see in here. We actually have a load going right now, but cool little things like this. We have a little side sink in here. Old, cool, like 1920s sconce, and really cool lighting up here. Also, throughout the whole house, you'll see these register covers. Different styles of register covers that we did. I just found these over time, and they're all cast iron register covers, and I created wooden trim frames for all of them. So it just looks nicer than like the plastic or the sheet metal ones that you find normally. So that was a little thing that we added on. But yeah, you can see some other ones up here in the great room. They're all different, actually, throughout the whole house. But I think it looks pretty cool. We have two big attic spaces. I think those were also shown in the last video, but I put full-size doors on them just because I hate crawling up into those little tiny attic spaces. I just wanted a full-size door. My dad did that in one of the homes that he built, and I liked it, so I ended up just putting full-size doors in our attic spaces too. This is our little living room. It's cool, you know. This bookcase is sunk into the wall. That's actually where we put thinner stone, like a 4-inch chopped limestone block, to eventually be able to knock that wall off and do an addition. So that's the reason for that sort of opening there, and one day that would become a hallway. This is our little dining room. It's pretty good. It works good. 1890s East Lake table. We bought this thing, and it had 10 leaves. So this thing goes to like 14 feet long. It's a super cool table. But right now we only have 3 leaves in it. Yeah, but let's go look in some of these rooms here. This is the office. So this is where I do my work all the time. So what's going on in here? We have some Bradbury wallpaper I put up. We have a chair rail. You can have like a picture, you know, it's a picture rail. Actually, well, this is a chair rail, but the picture frame rail with some pictures on it. You know, all this stuff I made, I just have router templates and bits and that sort of thing. So all this trim was made by me. And these are cool old sconces. They're from 1930s. They're Italian brass sconces. This is a really cool thing. I don't know if we can put a picture of it when we bought it, but this is an East Lake Victorian chase lounge that I bought, and it was in a guy's shop. And it was his dog's bed, and it smelled like absolute ass. It was the most disgusting thing you've ever seen. So I bought this. I think he gave it to me for free. Because he's like, I can't believe you came and got it. So I ripped the whole thing out. I reupholstered the whole thing, and now this is in my, kind of when I take a nap or something during the day if I need to hang out. This is our bathroom. I think probably we had done a lot of this in the last video, but it's more complete now. You know, we did the fish scale tile. This is a 1940s or 50s cast iron pink tub. Super cool. Yeah, and I think probably I should have watched the last video before we posted this one, but yeah, this is just old side table we found at an antique store. We happened to find this marble top at an antique fair, a different one, and it just happened to be the perfect match, and we just drilled a hole through it and plumbed it and everything. We have some shelving over here, just that I made little, I don't know what you want to call this, but it's like some sort of fancy style. True. So, yeah, lots of cool stuff. Cool lights, you know, some Art Deco lights. I've mentioned this before. Every light in the house and every door, a lot of the hardware, all of it's antique. So from 20s, 30s, mostly 20s and 30s. This is a kids' room / nursery. So really nice space. You know, the brick floor changes to straight brick in the bedrooms, and yeah, everything came out really nice. You know, we put in these windows. I've talked about those before. Those little Comanche windows. Some of the old Victorian sconces, and our 2 boys. This is their room, and so they kind of do what they have to do in here. It doesn't normally look like this, I'll tell you that. All right, let's go over here. This is the master bedroom. You know, there's still some stuff that's not done. You know, like these window frames haven't been painted. I have some trim around these doors, you know, that's not done. But eventually the idea was to put a nice fluted trim on here with some corbels and some crown molding and kind of build it up into a nice frame. But that's just sitting there like that for now. This is the master bedroom. Ooh. Was this mural up last time? I can't remember.
This one was, but not the bathroom.
Okay. Yeah, so I don't know if was it painted?
I think.
Okay. Yeah, so I think you guys have seen this bathroom before. But we have this cool old
That door wasn't up yet.
old door. So round arch door. It's pretty cool. We found this door and I framed the opening to it. There's still some things that need to be done, like putting some trim around that, but that's all little things that I'll probably never get around to, honestly. But master bathroom. So yeah, master bathroom's done. This is the same tile backsplash that I put in the kitchen. We have a mural, so that mural from the bedroom actually wraps around from that far wall and comes around and wraps around this wall and then continues all the way over here. So I think that's pretty cool. This color we chose is called Enchiver Blue. The vanity was actually an old buffet that we found at Round Top, which is an antique fair in Texas. I stripped it all down, stained it, put new hardware on it. I had this countertop made for it. They came out and scribed the countertop, and they cut this piece of marble for it, and my counter guys came and installed it. So this is a similar door to our pantry. It was actually a pair of French doors that were like really old Spanish doors, and we put one for the pantry and one for our master door. This one doesn't have glass in it, but the other one does. But that's our master closet, and then this is the shower. So I should say the only register that I didn't ever get to is this one that covers the shower.
I'm not sure if the shower fixture was up in the last video.
I don't think so. Yeah, we can talk about it. So you can see the same beveled marble tile on the ceiling I did in the shower. Like a stone kind of stone floor, pebbles, And then I made this fixture. It's kind of a weird fixture, but it's pretty cool. Like you noticed, all the fixtures like for the showers are exposed. I don't have any mixing valves in the wall. I just plumped everything straight out and just did everything exposed. So I made this. I did 2 shower heads. Doesn't get used. The 2 shower heads at the same time don't get used as often, and as you can imagine, with a bunch of kids running around. But this was a thing that I knew I was going to run into when I built the house. When I was stacking the walls, is this windows kind of into the shower. I knew that was going to happen. I didn't want to move the window over because I didn't want to break the symmetry on the outside of the house. All the windows are kind of symmetrical. So I just said, we'll just put it here, and then we'll just have an opening, and there won't be any door in the shower. So that's why there's just one big glass pane here. But we didn't do a door or anything. It works fine, So you can turn on and off that shower head up there. And when you use that shower head, a little bit comes out, but it's not a big deal. And everything's made of stone. Brick, stone, pebbles, so it's not like anything's gonna get water damage if it gets wet. Yeah, so that's our little house. It's a 3-bed, 2-bath. It turned out to be, I think it's a little over 1,600 square feet on the inside, but with this big space out here, it actually feels pretty good. It feels bigger than a 1,600 square foot house. Anyway, yeah, so that's the home. There's a few little things I'm working on, but I would say it's probably almost there. And anyway, I hope you guys liked the tour. I know it's been a really long time. Our life has been crazy. We've had a new baby, job change, lots of cool stuff happening. So we've waited to make a video till everything was done. So thanks if you got this far in the video. If you guys like it, leave a comment, subscribe if you haven't already. We appreciate it, and hopefully you like the house.